Kempire is brought to you by.
Happy New Year, guys. Thank you so much, first of all, for those that rated and reviewed the Kempire podcast in 2024. But if you haven't rated and reviewed us 5 stars already on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify, do it today. We're trying to reach 1,000 reviews on Kempire's podcast, on Apple Podcasts, and on Spotify. Be sure to tell us what you love about the podcast. Washington, D.C., the Kempire After Dark live experience is returning to your city for another live show. If you haven't already, get your tickets today for our meet and greets, and general admission are still available. Then New York City, you're up next. We're coming back for Black History Month. So if you want to hear us talk about hot topics, housewives, and more, get your tickets for our Friday, February 21st live show at the Green Room 42. More information on Washington, D.C. and New York City will be available in the description. Sidebar, don't forget, New York City, you have a special live stream ticket available as well. Again, more information will be available in the description notes. You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Happy New Year, guys. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It is the subscribers only live chat, okay? And you may have seen, I just posted in the comment section of our live chat on YouTube. Shout out to the person that came in just to dislike the video. I don't think they realize that it helps with the engagement regardless. But part of me sort of like, you must be so unhappy with your life that you decided to come on our channel for whatever reason. I don't know if I know you or you're just a hater from outside the club. You decided, I actually feel sorry for you because whatever's going on in your life, there are plenty of people I don't like. You think I'm paying attention to what they're doing or going to whatever they're doing and trying to mess up the algorithm or dislike a video? No, I'm too busy over here minding my own business, the business that pays me. But I know, hater, you're still watching, or haters, you're still watching. Keep watching. 2025 has just begun, and I'm ready to kill it even more. How about you guys in the live chat? Shout out to the 151 of you, though, that did like the video. Oh. Kimmy, you know, every once in a while, there's plenty of haters, please understand. But every once in a while, you got to let people know I'm not one to F with. Every once in a while, you got to remind people. I remember back in the day when I was in high school and I had to go to the board and I did something. And, you know, I was very quiet in high school. I didn't really talk a lot, didn't really mix and mingle with a lot of folks. And I was up at the board and they were saying something. And I don't think they were ready for me to turn around. I was like, if you have something to say to me, say it to my face, not my back. Very similar to the hater that decided to come here to dislike the video. So every once in a while, you don't look, if I address every hater, please understand, and I got $1 for it, and I got $1, I'll be a very rich person. But every once in a while, you got to remind people, I know I might be meek and mild, but don't play with me. Don't play with me. All right, it's a new year. I told you guys, they said I'm one of the astrological signs, Tauruses. It is our villain year. So if you thought you knew who I was, you about to see another mother father. Okay? Happy New Year, guys. No, look, back to this. But we also celebrate the 218 people that have already liked the video, and we appreciate you guys as well. Because just as much as we want to focus on the haters, we want to focus on the people that do come here and have a good old time. All right. So I decided to do this live today because there are some hot topics that I did not get to over the last week. Yesterday, we did a special celebration of the highs and lows of 2024. So if you missed that, we had a really good live. I did not realize by the end of it that we were almost live for 3 hours. Almost 3 hours. So if you missed it, we went through all of what happened in 2024, the highs and the lows. Okay. There were a lot of lows. Okay, maybe. But we also had some highs as well. So be sure to check that out if you missed it. The podcast version of that has been uploaded and available now on the Kempire podcast. Okay? All right. All right. Shout out to our King's Guards for always holding us down. Shout out to our channel members. We appreciate them as well. And also shout out to those of you that are subscribers. I understand not everyone can become a paid member, but shout out to those of you that have been members. Some of you have been members for like 40 months. How many years is that? Shout out to you guys. All right. So we appreciate your support as well. Shout out to everyone watching on TikTok. Those of you watching on Twitch and Twitter and on Facebook, we appreciate you guys being here. All right. So anyways, we're going to move on. Thank you. All things reality T-Star says, Kempire, they can never make me hate you. I love when people say that about certain people on social media, but no one has ever said that about me. So thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Where do I even want to begin? Let me start with New Orleans. Shout out to those of you, because I know some of you even wanted me to bring the Kempire After Dark, a live experience to New Orleans. I know we have folks that are from New Orleans that watch, and those of you that actually watch from New Orleans. Shout out to those of you. Last I heard that there were at least 15 people that died in this. Now they're calling a terror attack. So I wanted to give you a quick update on what's been going on and what people have been saying. There were a lot of rumors that the attack in New Orleans and what happened in Las Vegas, where the Elon Musk Cybertruck exploded, not his personal one, but, he makes the Cybertruck, exploded, and people were speculating, including Elon Musk. Let me first get into that before we give you the update. So Elon Musk, who is supposed to be a part of this new administration, from what we hear, okay, decided to weigh in regards to this situation. Okay. Shout out to our friends over at the Neighborhood Talk. And shout out to them. They just celebrated 2 million followers on Instagram. That is not an easy feat. So shout out to the Neighborhood Talk. Shout out to Kyle. So Elon Musk took to Twitter. I'm going to keep calling it Twitter until he's no longer owner. And it goes back to the name Twitter. I believe that will happen. Okay. So he says, we have now confirmed that the explosion was caused, the Cybertruck. Did you guys see it? At first, when I heard about it, I just thought, I don't know what I thought, but I didn't expect it to be an actual, it looked like a bomb. So he says, we have now confirmed that the explosion was caused by a very large fireworks and or a bomb carried in the bed of the rented Cybertruck and was unrelated to the vehicle itself, which I can understand as the owner of these trucks. The last thing you want people to think is that, because you've seen a lot of people with these Cybertrucks. I don't know why. Fine. All things reality says that I still call it Twitter too. Me too. As an owner of this company, you don't want people to believe that there's some sort of malfunction. So I understand him saying that. He says all vehicle telemetry was positive at the time of the explosion. He then says in another tweet that it appears likely to be an act of terrorism, what happened in regards to the Cybertruck. He says both the Cybertruck and the F-150 unaliving bomb, there we go, in New Orleans were rented from Turo. Perhaps they are linked in some way. So that is, mind you, this is a person that's going to be part of the new administration speculating these types of things, okay? So we have an update in regards to what happened in New Orleans. Shout out to our friends over at WDSU. They write this. They said a suspect accused of the terrorist attack on New Year's Day in New Orleans has been declared the sole person who carried out the crime, according to the FBI. Because there was speculation that there were other people involved. They're now saying, according to the FBI, that he was the only person. Okay, let me actually pull up the graphics I worked so hard on bringing here to you guys. The FBI identified the suspect accused of carrying out the attack as Shamsud Din Jambar, 42-year-old, a U.S. citizen of Texas, Houston, Texas. The FBI confirmed that despite previous reports, investigators believe Jabbar acted alone in the attack. Jabbar was driving a Ford pickup truck, which the FBI says that appears to be rented off the Turo app. I didn't even know about the Turo app until this. According to the FBI, Jabbar drove to New Orleans on December 31st and posted on Facebook his support for ISIS. They also found an ISIS flag in his car, in his truck. Jabbar said that he joined ISIS before the summer and had originally planned to take his family's life. According to the FBI, Jabbar felt that taking his family, quote, would not focus on the war between the believers and the disbelievers. According to the FBI, Jabbar drove a pickup truck into the crowd while firing shots, killing they're reporting now, at least 14 people and injuring 35 others. The FBI says after hitting the crowd, he got out of the car and began firing at law enforcement. Shots were returned by law enforcement and Jabbar was killed at the scene. The FBI said that Jabbar was seen on video placing 2 IEDs in the coolers in the New Orleans French Quarter. 2 other items reported to agents turned out not to be IEDs. Agents confirmed that the 4 people who were seen on video opening one of the coolers are not suspects, but are sought for interviews. The FBI also confirmed that there are no links between Jabbar's attack and the Tesla Cybertruck that exploded in Las Vegas. According to the FBI, a total of 400 tips were called in. The FBI has confiscated 3 of Jabbar's phones and 2 laptops from an Airbnb in St. Roch. Investigators are still searching that home and are investigating the cause of a fire that happened at the property. Do we have any update? I meant to look this up myself. Does anyone know? Do we have an update on who caused the fires that happened here in New York City at the 2 Christmas markets? There was one at Union Square, and then there was one at Bryant Parks. Just asking. The FBI confirmed that Jabbar, who's accused of driving a truck through the crowds on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, is dead. He was shot after engaging New Orleans police officers after crashing his truck. According to documents obtained by NBC, Jabbar was roiled in financial trouble during his divorce proceedings, prompting him to email his then wife's attorney in January of 2022 about speeding up the divorce process. According to public records obtained by NBC, the email read, Time is of the essence. I cannot afford the house payment. It is past due in the excess of $27,000 and in danger of foreclosure if we delay settling the divorce. Jabbar said in the email that the business he formed before his marriage, Blue Meadow Properties LLC, had a loss of $28,019.54 in 2021, making it worth around negative $140,000, according to NBC. Jabbar said that he had incurred $16,000 in credit card debt, primarily due to attorney's fees, establishing a second resident, and then his then wife's purchases over 3 months, according to public records. According to NBC, in August of 2022, Jabbar, I'm not sure, unless they spelled it incorrectly here. No, it's Jabbar. They spelled it incorrectly here. Who represented himself in the divorce case, filed his financial information statement and monthly expenses with the court. NBC reports that Jabbar made $57.69 an hour at Deloitte and worked 40 hours a week, taking home a net income of $7,876.70 a month after deductions. He also incurred negative $367.69 a month from his business, Blue Meadow Properties LLC, making his total monthly take-home $7,509.01, according to public records. Jabbar also listed his necessary monthly expenses, which included household transportation, food, etc., totaling nearly $7,000 a month, according to NBC. They go on to further talk about some of his finances, and then they talk about him as an Army veteran. They said the FBI confirmed that Jabbar was an Army veteran from Texas and wore full military gear at the time of the attack. According to FBI, Jabbar joined ISIS before the summer and posted on Facebook his support for the terrorist organization. Multiple law enforcement confirmed that Jabbar was from Houston area, and public records list multiple addresses for him in North Caras County, as well as Fresno and Beaumont. According to the FBI, agents do not believe he acted alone. A second scene in Houston was investigated and cleared by the FBI. Agents confirmed that the scene was linked to the terrorist attack. So we already talked about some of the devices that were found at the time. We're still praying for New Orleans. I know today they delayed the Sugar Bowl that is actually happening today, where 80,000 fans are set to enjoy this activity. It was supposed to happen earlier this week, but it was delayed because of this attack. We're going to continue to follow this story, guys. If you're new to the channel, we cover a variety of things in pop culture news. Unfortunately, this happened at the start of 2025. We're going to continue to follow this to see if there are any updates in regards to what happened in New Orleans and if there is more information that will come out. So stay tuned for that. All right. In some lighter news, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, has returned to Instagram. Come on now. She's returned to Instagram. At the time of this screenshot, she had nearly 1 million. I wouldn't be surprised by tomorrow that we will have, by tonight, Meghan Markle will have 1 million followers on Instagram. First of all, she also announced today, so she had yesterday? She had posted one video. Today she posted another video. Now we can confirm that she has a Netflix show that's coming out called With Love, Meghan. Okay? And I actually kind of want to watch it. I watched the trailer and I'm like, okay, Meghan, you're on your Martha Stewart bag. And before y'all start on Meghan Markle, she's got to work. The crown is not taking care of her anymore. So Meghan Markle just returned to Instagram, and now the Duchess of Sussex has dropped a trailer for her playful new Netflix series. Mindy Kaling, Alice Walters, Roy Choi, and more, alongside with her husband, Prince Harry, are on board with Love, Meghan, which fans can view in the trailer, as Meghan attempts to, quote, reimagine the genre of lifestyle programming. The 8-part series will launch in a fortnight's time on January 15th and feature a ream of celebrity guests and friends of Markle along with her famous spouse. In the trailer, Markle can be seen cooking, gardening, and shopping with friends. The synopsis says that the show will see Markle share personal tips and tricks, embracing playful over perfection, and highlights how easy it can be to create beauty even in the unexpected. With Love, Meghan comes from Markle and Harry's overall deal between RHONJ Productions and Netflix. The project was revealed by Deadline last year alongside a show about professional polo, which recently launched. With Love with Meghan is produced by her company along with Sony Pictures Television, back the Intellectual Property Corporation. EPs are Markle, Chanel Spisnik, Aaron Seidman, Eli Holzman, and showrunner Leah Harrington. A director is Michael Steed. Yesterday, Markle, as you know, returned to Instagram after a 7-year absence with a video of her running on a beach and inscribing 2025 in the wet sand. Are you guys following Meghan Markle on Instagram? I mean, not me. No reason. I'm just like, I got to get a little bit more than just a couple of, posts. You know what I mean? Like, if she's going to post something interesting, then I'll follow her. Right now, it's only those 2 posts. Okay. And look, I think part of the reason why she even went back to Instagram is because they understand the power of social media and what that will mean when it comes to driving people to these things that she's launching, like this show on Netflix. And I know they had a podcast before, and some people might say that those things were a failure because they're no longer in existence. And she didn't really have social media to push it. So this might be part of the conversations with marketing and things like that in regards to how to push this show. Based off the trailer, With Love, Meghan, it looks cute. For those that have been following the channel, I told you, I used to wake up early to watch Martha Stewart living. So I used to love watching stuff like that. So I would watch that. So stay tuned. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it and then I'll report back. Maybe for Tuesday Takeover, I'll report back. Oh, it's actually good. January 15th, With Love, Meghan. All right, let me take a sip. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. And don't forget the Kempire After Dark live experience is coming to a city near you. First up, Washington, D.C. I'll see you guys literally in like 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Have you guys gotten your tickets yet for the Washington, D.C. show? More information on that will be available in the description. And then New York City, you're up in Friday, February 21st. We'll be coming back to the Green Room 42. And there is a live stream option as well. Okay. Wait, let me answer this question because y'all really want to test me today. Zalma says, how did Meghan Markle break the internet? I want you to go and start an Instagram right now. Let's see how many followers you get in less than 24 hours. She's at nearly 1 million. Okay. You might not consider that breaking the internet, but I want to see you do it. Just saying. Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. Nicole says, Happy New Year, Kempire and everyone. We love endlessly. Pray for my city. Most definitely, Nicole. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, there we go. Y'all want to test me today? Look, come on now. Just say it. Let me see what you could do. And then we can talk about what is breaking the internet versus what's not breaking the internet. Okay? Kate says, kept big villain error. I love it. Anyways. All right. Moving along. All right. Moving along. Where do I want to go next? Let's see. Where do I want to go next? Okay. We'll get into some reality television because we talked a little bit about this yesterday, but we'll talk about it again. Mia Thornton from Real Housewives of Potomac has officially announced that her and Ink, this man, have broken up. But first, Mia posted that she was working on things with Gordon. I don't think it means necessarily about calling off the divorce, but I wouldn't be surprised if she calls off the divorce. Okay? But apparently they're working on their co-parenting. But Mia did announce that her and Ink are no longer together. In a quote, Mia said this, because I guess we all care, whatever. Mia says, Ink is my best friend that she unfollowed on social media. See, that's the thing with her. She lies so damn much. Did you unfollow your best friend on social media if you guys weren't in a fight or something? Did you unfollow your best friend? Ink is my best friend and perfect in so many ways. But I have decided to focus on my children and maintaining a healthy co-parenting relationship with their father. This is all coming just in time. For their Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. Mia, we are so over you and your lies at this particular point. We don't even care. Do you guys think that Mia will return for next season? She honestly, she's giving me Brynn from Real Housewives of New York. Everything feels like she's producing herself. But fine. All right. So that's the update in regards to Mia. Mia's working on her co-parenting relationship with Gordon, and she's officially announced that her and Ink are no longer together. They have unfollowed each other. They're not following each other on social media, but that's her best friend. That's her best friend. All right. Let's talk about Mauricio Umansky from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and formerly of Netflix's show Buying Beverly Hills. The agency are being accused of being greedy in a lawsuit over loans that they obtained as a part of the COVID-19 pandemic Paycheck Protection Program, the PPP loans. Shout out to our friends over at Bravo Snarkside on Instagram because they showed us all the Bravo celebrities that got a PPP loan during that time. And it's actually pretty shocking. Kodo Insurance, what's her name? Vicky's company. Apparently, they got a loan amount of $63,107. Cut Fitness, Tamara's now defunct gym, got about $25,000. And I know some of you are going to say, but this is what the PPP loans were for. Well, that's the thing. A lot of these people that have money got these loans, but there are certain people that really needed it, small businesses that really needed these PPP loans and didn't get it. But these folks did. Terry Dubrow apparently got $198,333 in a loan amount. The amount that was forgiven was a little bit over $200,000. Paul Nassif, from Botched and formerly Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, his business got $246,722. Okay. Loverboy Inc. Look, here's the thing. The Summer House folks, I know they seem like they have money, but I don't believe that they have money. Some of these other folks I know have money. Like Vicky Gumbelson, Paul Nassif, Terry Dubrow. I know they have money because of where they're living and how they're living. Loverboy, I don't think, look, I know they live in New York, but I don't, I don't think, I think they needed it. I'll just say that. So apparently Loverboy Incorporated got $45,000. All right. Oh, wait. Debbie says Loverboy only has 2 employees, sometimes 3. Not sometimes 3. Not sometimes 3. OMG. Okay, fine. All right. Beverly Beach. Yes, Beverly Beach. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Dorit Kemsley. Her company received $20,000. Oh, okay. Fine. Fine. Vita Tequila got a loan for $20,000, a little bit over $20,000. Meredith Marks received a little bit of a loan, only for $4,000. Okay. Old Lady Gang, Candy's business restaurant received $290,000 and $290,850 in a PPP loan. Okay. The agency, which is what we're talking about in regards to Mauricio, apparently received, well, let me get into the article. Before I get into that, let me get into what the article is saying in regards to Mauricio and this PPP loan lawsuit. So months after the Realtor LLC filed a lawsuit alleging that the 54-year-old Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star and estranged husband of Kyle Richards, and his firm allegedly stole over $3.5 million from the American taxpayers and improperly used those funds, the company is further slamming Mauricio as he attempts to have the case dismissed. According to court documents obtained by In Touch Weekly on December 31st, Realtor LLC is claiming that Mauricio and his team obtained funds they did not need. This is a case about greed during a national health emergency, an attorney for Realtor LLC wrote. The defendant stole over $3.5 million from American taxpayers and improperly used those funds. All right. Although Mauricio and the agency have denied all wrongdoing, the attorney argued that they actually failed to do so, instead claiming that their lawsuit contained, quote, insufficient allegations and pulling into question the way in which Realtor LLC obtained the information. Defendant's entire motion is based not on the assertion that the plaintiff is wrong, but rather that the Realtor LLC does not have direct knowledge of the fraud. That's interesting wording. Not really denying it. The attorney continued, noting that at the time Mauricio and the agency received $3.5 million in loans, their business was not suffering. Given that the holdco's subsidiaries, Umro and the agency, had booming business of $6 billion in sales in 2020 and $6.5 billion in sales in 2021, defendants' threshold for economic necessity is a high bar that they cannot overcome on a motion to dismiss. Meanwhile, an attorney for representing Mauricio and the agency pointed out that they had no relationship with Realtor LLC. Realtor makes the suspicious claim that defendants falsified information and certifications on his applications for Paycheck Protection Program, PPP loans, in 2020 and 2021 through the use of guesswork, speculation, and contrived facts, the lawyer declared. The fact that Realtor's complaint is an artificial account of facts comes as no surprise. Realtor is in no way connected to defendants. Realtor was not previously employed by defendants, nor is it otherwise affiliated with the defendants. Realtor, therefore, cannot ascertain or know firsthand the facts surrounding the agency's application for PPP loans in the shadow of the COVID-19 global pandemic. Based on publicly available gross sales figures and PPP loan information, Realtor makes conclusory statements about the agency's financial position that are illogical and unfounded. They're claiming that Realtor improperly equates gross sales figures with profits and liquidity, speculates about what percentage of real estate sales the agency would have received, and without any information whatsoever asserts that the agency falsified payroll numbers. Mauricio and his team also said that this lawsuit, which requests the court force them to pay an equal amount an amount equal to 3 times the damages that the United States has sustained, in addition to other fees, was full of speculation and absurd assertions. At the time the lawsuit was first filed, a representative from the agency offered a statement to In Touch Weekly saying, while we are unable to comment on ongoing litigation, we want to emphasize that the agency has always operated with the highest level of integrity in all aspects of our business. Like many companies, we face significant challenges during the COVID-19 pandemic, including layoffs and cutbacks. Our focus has always been, and especially during that challenging period, on delivering exceptional service to our customers and supporting our employees. The claims in the case do not reflect the reality of our operation and financial situation at the time we filed for our PPP loans, and we intend to vigorously defend against these meritless claims. Okay, Mauricio, what do you guys believe? I mean, they have a solid argument. They have a solid argument that, if they didn't do business with this particular company, how do they know how they run their business or what actually was the money that they actually received? So we shall see. We're going to continue to follow this story, but I thought it was interesting. And shout out to our friends over at Bravo Snarkside, the amount of Bravo celebrities and their companies. Okay, Girardi Keese. I didn't mention this one. A shout out to Dorinda. Dorinda has her own little Dorinda Medley Incorporated. She got a PPP loan for $35,500. A loan for what, though, Dorinda? Okay, but anyways. Girardi Keese, Tom Girardi's law firm that's now closed for stealing from victims. He got a PPP loan for $1.5 million. Okay. Tom Robinall also got a PPP loan, but it was for like $2,000. $2,000. Okay. Fine. Look, fine. Lord. Okay. Let me see where I want to go. All right. Since we're talking about Real Housewives, did you guys see that video of Jennifer Aiden? So Jennifer Aiden is being slammed as a Karen, but we already know that Jennifer Aiden is a Karen. We've seen this behavior before. In recent months, we've seen this behavior from Jennifer Aiden. All of these Real Housewives of New Jersey folks are just crashing out on the internet. Sidebar, Melissa, I need to check my email. Where are my sprinkle cookies? I need to double check the status on that. It is now the new year. Ain't nobody trying to eat no sprinkle cookies after the new year. All right, we're on our diets now. You got sprinkle cookies coming late. I need to double check that. Where are my sprinkle cookies? All right, I'm moving on. All right, so let's talk about Jennifer Aiden. So Jennifer Aiden apparently went to Jersey Mike's and had a problem with the service there, had a problem with the people waiting in line. Apparently, she waited so long, and then she started complaining. She was spazzing out on social media. Here's the thing. I know, for one, we all experience things in our lives in regards to maybe not the best, customer service or, rude people or whatever. We all have experiences, but we all don't go to social media and post about it. We might talk about it with our friends. But we don't go to, so this tells you her mind state, though. This tells you her mind state. Like, she feels like she wasn't wrong, very much like a Karen, and she goes to social media with all of her followers, and I guess, what does she want? Jersey Mike to give her a discount? Because she even tagged them. All right. All right, let me play the first clip.
Okay, so we're so mad right now. We were online for Jersey Mike's for what felt like forever. Yes. And then finally, when it came time to taking our order, they took our order. And then they took the lady's order that was after me, but they fulfilled her order first somehow, made us wait. Okay, whatever. And the 80-year-old that was working there, the amount of time she took to cut that bread was almost as much as we were waiting on that line. Gee.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my gosh, everything was slow, so we're not.
Sidebar, if that woman is 80 years old, what does that tell you about why this woman has to work? What does that tell you? Unfortunately, a lot of people in this country past the age of 65 have to maintain some sort of, side job because our country does not allow for people when you retire to really retire and be financially independent.
not complaining. We get it. It's early in the morning. You're in a bad mood. It's New Year's. You're working. I'd be pissed too.
No, and I'm talking, and Sean's like, I don't think she can hear you, babe.
Yeah, no, she couldn't hear.
And she's like, no, I heard you. And
right.
It's just
and then whatever, she fulfilled the woman after us first. And then when we were like, where's our order? She's like, you have to wait your turn. I was like, but we were in front of her. And then she was like, oh.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know how it works at Jersey Mike's. Just because you were ahead of someone doesn't mean you're going to get your order in that same order. Because depending, you may have ordered a bunch of different things, and that person behind you ordered one thing, and that's why their order was ready. But people don't think like this when they just lose their patience.
Okay, whatever. So as she's making my sandwich, I add a tuna sandwich for Jacob. And she's like, you're going to sandwich. I add a tuna sandwich for Jacob. And she's like, you're going to have to wait online again. And I was like, are you kidding me? And then I asked the guy behind me, do you care if I just add a turkey sandwich for my son? He's like, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous.
And the whole time he's thinking it's ridiculous that they're asking her to add another sandwich to the order, which shouldn't have been a big deal to begin with.
Yeah, no, he was being a hater. He thought it was.
It might be a big deal because when you see the line, there are a lot of people waiting. And now you want to add something to your order, which is going to make the people behind you even more upset. I get it.
Ridiculous that I was adding another sandwich because he knew it was going to take another 10 hours to fulfill and he was going to have to wait longer. And he was a freaking jerk. So I started recording them. I started recording the girls, what they were doing. And they turned around and he's like, you put that, I'm going to sue you with you and your fake diamonds. Fake diamonds, bitch. What, you don't know? You better ask somebody.
It's crazy.
Please, that loser. Find me, asshole.
This is the same woman when I believe she was on like Instagram Live and, somewhat a troll said something to her. And she was talking about, I forgot exactly what she was saying, but she's like, I'm going to be driving all my cars or watching and counting all my bathrooms. And I'm like, this woman is delusional. Honestly, when we talk about Ramona being out of touch and being a Karen and being a lot of other things, Jennifer Aiden falls in the same category as Ramona. She might be is she worse than Ramona? Honestly, she might be worse than Ramona. I think she just has more self-reflection than to post everything that she thinks on social media like Ramona.
Thank you so much, sir.
Wait, let me show you the video here. Hold on. First, let me just read what she says here. She says, forget then this lady was slow, but the rudest Jersey Mikes they all were. And they had just opened, should have went to Shake Shack. Bill said they were so nice. He gave them a 20% tip. So now, mind you what I just said. This woman, I don't think she's 80 years old, but an older woman is now working on, this is New Year's Day? Yes, it's New Year's Day. Working. I'm sure she doesn't want to work. And now you're trying to get her in trouble with her bosses? Now you want her to lose her job in this new year? Was it that deep for you?
Ever.
Let me pause this. And then she says, and mind you, this was on her Instagram story earlier today because she had posted this yesterday. She then says, and this one, so rude. First, she said they're only serving cold sandwiches, so no eggs. Then she makes the lady's sandwich behind me first. I waited without complaint. Then she told me I had to wait online again if I wanted to add a mini tuna for my son, unless the guy behind me said it was okay, which he did not. He said it was ridiculous. He's ridiculous, trying to flex that he is a law professor. My husband is a surgeon, dude. Okay. Bill, I look at Bill like, this is, oh, okay, Bill. Give them a raise.
I didn't turn it back.
Jersey Mike's don't do anything to them. Ban her from your locations. Ban Jennifer Aiden from your locations.
Huh?
Jersey Mike's supposed to be smiling. They're supposed to be smiling with the smile.
That's why it's 6%.
They're not smiling.
Thank you so much, sir. This guy was being
I'm going to pause it so I can read what she posted on it. This is on her Instagram story. It's probably gone by now because it's been like almost 24 hours. She says, my cousin thought, that was her cousin that was with her, this guy online behind me was nice by saying it was ridiculous that the worker made me ask him if adding a sandwich was okay otherwise. I had to wait online again unless he said it was okay. He said adding a sandwich was actually ridiculous. I would never have said a no to someone in front of me adding a simple plain tuna with nothing on it for their child. I have a heart. This douche obviously isn't a family man, which is why he's so miserable. It's the clear, not self-awareness here. She says, he tried to check me, that a-hole. How's this for putting it online? Find me, a-hole.
Super nice. Thank you so much.
Oh, no, he said I couldn't get my sandwich, babe. He said it was ridiculous for me to get the sandwich for my son.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You know?
I thought you meant it was for them to
By the
ask
way,
you.
No, he was reading.
I'm a law professor. You put
Yeah.
any of that online, Mr. Year.
That's okay.
It's a thing. People read
That's
up on
okay.
it. They're going to be law professional.
Law professor, you're just another citizen, okay? Taking care. My husband's a medical doctor, okay? Asshole. And all my shit is real.
Celebrity for country.
I am a fucking celebrity, you asshole.
Let's go.
Thank you, sweetheart. Asshole.
Mania?
He started with
So on her Instagram story, she says, oh, he's quiet since I got recognized by a fan. Where's your threat now? You're going to sue me for all my, quote, fake diamonds? Yeah, put that hoodie on.
me, babe. He started with me.
Sorry.
Fucking buy you 10 times over, asshole.
Okay.
You heard what she said? I apologize in advance for the language. That's not my language, but that's her. She says, I can buy you 10 times over. This woman has such a rude awakening. Such a rude awakening. OMG. And I ignored this story yesterday, but I said, since I'm going live today and we have a bunch of stories to talk about that some were Bravo related, I said, I'll talk about this. And also just disgusting how she is. I've already seen this behavior. I've seen it on the show. I've seen it off the show in recent months. But to me, it's sort of like, no, I don't want to see her back. I don't want to see her back at all. So you guys may recall, I did another live and I talked about how Dolores Catania says that she's mad at, that the group could not put their ish aside in order to move forward. Okay, our friends over at Reality Blurb write this in regards to Teresa. So they said Teresa Giudice is speaking out about Dolores Catania's comments regarding her frustration with Real Housewives of New Jersey's cast inability to mend their relationship for the sake of the 15th season. While also looking back on season 14, addressing the cast blogger drama and reacting to Andy Cohen's suggestion that the series has been shelved until 2026, Teresa revealed that who she believes will be asked back and shared her thoughts on the split between, we don't care about this, Paige and Craig. Do y'all care about that? Some of y'all probably do. I don't. Anyways, she says, I did see that. Teresa began of Dolores' statements on December 31st episode of her podcast, Turning Tables. Is that still around, Teresa? Hang it up. With the hosts of All About the Real Housewives podcast, she says, listen, the last 4 years, I've been out of practice for my Jersey accent. The last 4 years, everyone's been making a paycheck about talking about my husband, Louis Ruelas, which I think was so wrong. And I remember when Dolores was questioned about her relationship, she didn't like that so much. Teresa noted that you should always put yourself in the other person's shoes before stating that Dolores wasn't referring to her when she spoke of her annoyances with the women. She's definitely not talking about me because I know what happened to me. If it was done to her, she would not like that at all. And I'm sure her boyfriend, Paulie, wouldn't like it. Not many people would last after what happened. Dolores would lose her ish. After being asked if she had any regrets about season 14, Teresa signaled to the footage featured. She says, I wish they would show more of what was going on, like the truth. They cut out a lot of what my lawyer was telling us about Margaret Joseph's involvement with Louis' ex, what was really happening in court. It is hard because some people are seeing one thing on TV, but then I'm living the truth. But as long as I know the truth, I guess that's all that matters. Teresa, you could have just brought him on your podcast or on your platform and just had him, putting all that information that way. You know that? Lori, today's not the day. Lori says, Kempire, why is your tree still up? Because I want it to be. Oh, because it's New Year's Day yesterday. All of a sudden, I'm supposed to make time to take this tree down? Stop playing with me. Anyways, what else did she say? Look, what else did Teresa say? She says, amid season 14, a number of cast members, namely Jennifer Aiden, were called out for their alleged interaction with bloggers and planting and leaking of stories. Some were even accused of paying for stories to be shared. She says, I've never paid anyone. I'm not going to do that. It's not my style, Teresa insisted. I'm not like other people online. They get swayed, I guess, because they are getting paid. Money talks. I know that's happened, but it's okay. And I'm just happy that I stay true to myself. As she and her castmates remain on pause, Teresa said that she suspects at least some of the women will return for season 15. She says, Andy says it's coming back in 2026. And I guess if it's going to come back, I'm sure he's going to bring some people back, she suggested. If there's another family that wants to put it out there, all power to them. I'll be cheering them on, and I will give them my advice. I would love that. It started with the Mansos, but they didn't air their dirty laundry out there. Only a little bit. Okay, Teresa. Honestly, though, I have to say this. Because we just talked about Jennifer Aiden, I don't think Teresa is as nasty and as hateful. I don't think that she's nasty as hateful at the core like Jennifer Aiden. All right? I don't think she's like that. I don't think she's innocent, but I also don't think she's as nasty and hateful or Karen like her. Exactly. We celebrate three kings over here, okay? Chris says the decorations cut off is technically January 6th. And if I want to keep this tree up till I damn well feel like it, I will. All right. Moving on. Let's get into some pop culture news. So Teedra Moses is getting it online for her praising R. Kelly. And she flipped out on a fan about it. So a lot of people have been talking about Teedra Moses a lot lately. I interviewed her years ago. And lovely woman, very talented singer. So, she had her tiny desk a few weeks ago, and a lot of people were saying she looks like Claire Huxtable, Felicia Rashad. And she does, but she's very, very talented. So, a fan, okay, let me just play the clip for you. Before we even get into it, let me play the clip in regards to what she says on the R&B Money podcast, okay? So this is what Teedra had to say about R. Kelly.
Top 5 R&B songs.
Adore You by Prince.
You better do it.
Mm-hmm. Greatest Sex, R. Kelly.
Ooh, what a song.
You can close your eyes and see everything he's saying.
Mm-hmm. I was so angry when I heard that song.
How did you get to anger?
Because in my mind, I was always competing against him, even though I wasn't at that space yet. And I was like, he's still so much better than me.
The honesty.
Here inside what do you say? Inside this bit of mine, I see ceiling fans and you on top of me. If you close your eyes, you literally can see it.
Yeah, everything you say.
And inside of these walls,
there will dwell a Capricorn.
And it's Capricorn season. Sorry, Capricorns, you guys gotta get thrown in here. I personally do not listen to R. Kelly music. Personally, especially when you find out that his music was basically like undercover of his behavior. That's why I can't listen. I'm never going to take away that R. Kelly is talented. There are some songs that people still listen to today that are written by R. Kelly that I don't think people even realize. All right? But his own catalog, I do not listen to. Personal choice. I know some people will come out on the internet. I don't listen to R. Kelly, but they're at home, stepping into the name of love. Look, right? So she says that. And then a user on social media, on Twitter, said this to her. So let me just bring up what they said to Teedra Moses. Okay. So Trixie F. Pixie says, okay, I did watch the R&B Money podcast with Teedra Moses. So she added Teedra. All right. And I sincerely would like to say F her. Ooh. I don't know how many times we have to repeat that Robert Kelly was writing songs about having relations with teenagers, and the reason why it's so visual is because he's teaching kids how to F. So Teedra was not here for it. And this is what she had to say. She said, F you, you ugly B. And I ain't blocking you because I got time in this new year to bless you with these words. You don't know me, but those that do know what I'm about. But those that do know what I'm about. Go play with your support dog, B. Don't play with me coming on this app with that BS. I will slap the from you. Wow. Look, wow. I literally saw this tweet randomly come up out of nowhere. I was like, oh, who's Teedra cussing out? Here's the thing. People can be fans of R. Kelly, especially if you are a music connoisseur. But like I said, the reason why I can't get into R. Kelly music is knowing that this is what he was doing with underage women. So for me, like, he would never be in any of my lists. But I don't think her supporting that song means that she supports what he was doing. I think she really was just thinking from a musical level. But I did see quite a few people defending her, what she's had to say on there. But I also saw a lot of people saying that they cringe. Literally, though, when they talk about the lyrics, that's when I cringe. I was like, oh, okay, now it's one thing to say, oh, I like the song. But then when she talks about and she starts reciting the lyrics, I said, no, don't, no. Just saying. The man's in prison for underage girls. All right. So, all right. Anyways, so that's what the internet is talking about right now when it comes to Teedra Moses. She was trending for looking like Felicia Rashad and her tiny desk, and now she's trending for something else. Let me say thank you. We had a couple of super chats. Rahina, thank you for the super chat. Rahina says her husband is a surgeon, and what are you, madam? She is so nasty in regards to Jennifer Aiden. She's a housewife, okay? Mama Ali, no. Thank you for the super chat, but no, we're not going to encourage that. Plus, they can see them preparing the food. Oh, Mama Ali says, I'm a Taurus. It's my villain year. Is that why you said that first one? That first super chat? D Hunter, thank you for the super chat. D Hunter says, Kempire, I've never laughed so hard. Thanks for sharing, Jen. Come on. Thank you for the super chat. Rahina, thank you so much for another super chat. Rahina says, Jennifer Aiden was projecting the devil. I mean, she was so nasty. Literally, you remember when she got into that physical altercation with Danielle last season? I literally just saw someone reposted the clip, and she shoved Danielle. I told you when we recapped that episode of Jennifer Aiden, I was like, I saw the devil in her eyes. Rahina says, Jennifer Aiden was projecting the devil. I mean, she was so nasty. Like, you always want to raise your children to be kind. Like, who raised you? Watching this made me mad, shaking my head. Anyways, let me breathe. I get it. Because she decided to have that interaction. It's one thing that she had that interaction. No one would have known about that interaction because no one else posted about it. She decided to get on her social media and post about it, thinking probably in her head, everyone's going to have my back. No, we don't. We don't have your back. I feel bad for those workers that had to deal with it. First of all, they have to deal with customers all day, but now they have to deal with you posting them on your social media And they're not doing anything wrong. Nothing that we saw in the video footage that she posted, those workers did wrong. But you're tagging their bosses as if they did something wrong. Oh, because she didn't smile at you? I wouldn't smile at you either. Anyways. All right. What were the other things that I wanted to talk about? Did I cover everything? OMG. I think I covered everything. We talked about everything, right? Look. Okay. Exactly. Fifi says Karen. Yeah, it's definitely giving Karen. All right. I'm going to drop the call-in link for those that want to call in and share their thoughts on some of the hot topics that we've covered. For those that are watching the replay of this, be sure to share your thoughts in regards to all the stories that we covered this afternoon. I did want to say, I almost forgot, I received a letter. You know, we've done multiple fundraisers here on the channel. And you remember for Pride Month, we raised money for the center. We've raised money for so many different organizations and we've never received a thank you letter. I'm not saying that they needed to, but I received a thank you letter from the center. They sent us a thank you letter over the summer. And I wanted to say thank you to all of you that donated. So let me read the thank you letter. Okay. So they said, "Dear friends at the Kempire LLC, thank you for your generous donation of $1,589.63. The Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Community Center, to the center. The center is a safe and affirming space for LGBTQ plus New Yorkers to connect, activate, and thrive. We are committed to serving anyone who turns to us and are only able to uphold that commitment through the support of people like you. It is because of your generosity that we can continue to grow and meet the needs of our vibrant community. Your contribution supports our life-enhancing and life-saving services for countless community members, spanning the areas of advocacy, health and wellness, recovery, youth, families, and the arts. We would love the opportunity to show you and your team the impact your donations make on all of the LGBTQ New Yorkers. Please let us know if you'd like to schedule a tour by emailing blah, 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 blah." I've been there. I don't need a tour. But they also sent another letter at the end of August, I guess because they received more donations, saying the same thing. "Thank you for your generous gift of an additional $644. So I wanted to say thank you to our community for helping us raise money for the center here in New York City for Pride Month. So thank you to all of you that donated, okay? All right. Let me drop the call-in link for those that want to call in and share their thoughts. All right. Let me do that. All right. All right. If you're a member of the channel, I'm going to drop the call link there so you'll always have it on the community tab. So I'm going to do that as well. All right. Live chat, we're dropping the call link for you or anyone that wants to weigh in regards to some of the stories that we covered this afternoon. And we have to make it quick because I have a meeting at 4. Look, just say it. I wasn't going to even drop the call-in link, but I said I'll drop the call-in link today. All right. I feel like there was another story that I want to cover, and I can't remember if... Please hold. Let me just double check. Oh, there was one more story. See, I'm glad I double checked. Because some of y'all did not remind me. What's her face? Formerly of the Real Housewives of Dubai. So she is taken to social media. I'm not going to say her name because we've decided not to say her name. And you remember why we were recapping Real Housewives of Dubai. So what's her face decided to come to social media and say that her other, the other ladies of Real Housewives of Dubai are so pressed that, the show was canceled. The show wasn't put on pause. The show was canceled. Okay. So, Theo, we do not say her name. What's her face? Theo's like, whoops. It's okay, Theo. It's okay. So, do I have a... I don't. It's okay. So, I wanted to post some of what she said on social media. Oh, Ms. Parker says, did you cover Dubai? No, I didn't. Thank you for the reminder. No, we're not talking about Stanberry. It's the other one. What's her face? That's what we call her over here. What's her face? So I found the comments to be hilarious. That's the only reason why I added this story. And this was her first tweet. Okay. So what's her face says, honestly, I'm upset I'm not upset that the show was canceled or paused, whatever term you prefer. It felt toxic, overly orchestrated, and many were hiding their true identities. Housewives should be authentic, not forced. I'm grateful for the opportunity, but not the experience. So people were dragging her in the comment section. She then went on to say, let me make this a little bit there. Okay. What's-her-face then went on to say, we were told, in a quote, you guys are not you are not being picked up for a third season. I'm really sorry because I feel like you guys deserve one. Thank you so much for 2 great seasons, ladies. Wish you all the best of luck, etc. She says, this is what Real Housewives of Dubai was told, unfortunately. Happy New Year. She then says, I use canceled, but pause works too. It means indefinite. I said canceled because we were told there wouldn't be a third season, which felt final to me. I respect the decision and trust the network knows what's best. She then goes on to say, on a group call with the cast, some of us graciously thanked them for the opportunity while others stayed silent in disbelief. The delusion is real. Some think the show will return, but it was clearly stated this was our last season. Okay. She then says in some more tweets, she says, someone says to her, there's rumors that you guys were paused because of the laws in Dubai. Would you come back for another season? So she responds and she says, those rumors aren't true. Every episode is approved by lawyers or officials to ensure it's appropriate for TV in this region. If they thought laws were broken, the Dubai Film and TV Commission would have revoked our permits. And that didn't happen. Don't believe everything you read. Another person says, for some reason, you seem bitter. She says, quite the opposite, actually. I'm relieved they pumped the brakes because it just didn't feel right. Pulling the plug was the best decision. Too many things happened that shouldn't have been overlooked. Everyone is entitled to feel however they want. This is how I feel. Ain't nobody on this cast is talking about this but you. What's-her-face? You are the only person that's really come out and said anything. I know Lisa made some comments because she was being interviewed, but everyone's just been posting celebrating the holidays. And this is what you come out with? No one has really posted about it being put on pause, besides when it was announced. You are the only one talking about it. What's-her-face? And it soon will be like, who? You seem like the only... You remember when there were rumors that What's-Her-Face was not going to return after the first season? She went on so many rants on Twitter and Spaces because she was like, that's not true. I'm suing. I remember she sent me a DM on Instagram talking about this particular blog. I won't say the blog's name because she said the blog's name. She said, this particular blog is saying that, saying this about, I'm not returning. I'm going to sue. But I was like, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh my God. Okay. So the only person I think that's pressed about this show not returning, I'm sure some of the other people are upset about it. I'm not going to deny that the other castmates might be upset about it. But you're the only person right now that seems really pressed. That seems really, really pressed. And honestly, we are not going to miss you. We're not. I think a lot of people are going to miss Real Housewives of Dubai. A lot of people did say that they enjoyed the last season. I didn't love it that much. I wasn't surprised that it didn't come back. But I thought they had at least a chance because they don't really cancel Real Housewives like that because it's Andy Cohen and the franchise overall does very well for the network. But it's very expensive. It's very expensive to do that show. Do I think there were problems with the Dubai government? It could be. But I think a lot of the reason why the show didn't match what people expected of the show was because they're in Dubai and there's a lot of stuff they can't say and do, and that are taken out. We talked about that in season 1. But I think they are, you know, Real Housewives is not making money like they used to with the ones that are here in the States. So I think they're just cutting where they can cut. It's too expensive to do that show. It's too expensive to fly these women to New York to do Watch What Happens Live, to do promo. And so all of that, it's a headache for Bravo. They don't want that headache. Bravo's cutting back. Bravo's cutting back. Pure Luxury Salon says Dubai Bling is better, which is coming back. Dubai Bling, I don't know if I would say Dubai Bling is better, to be honest with you. And we've recapped and talked about Dubai Bling. Their last season wasn't great. I was actually surprised to see that they got renewed, to be honest, because it really wasn't that great. But I'm going to watch this new season to see how it is. Young, Famous, and African is also returning this month, so stay tuned for that. Let's make sure we're supporting that, because you know how they like to cancel the black stuff really quickly. Just saying. And if you missed it, I'm on season 2 of Young, Famous, and African in episode 2. Well, they use a clip, but I'm in it. Anyways. Oh, Soraya says Dubai needs to take their cousin Roni with them. I really don't see Roni coming back. And if they do come back, I don't know. I really don't see Roni come back. You can't tell me that Roni's going to come back after having such a terrible season. If they come back, they're going to do a major cash shakeup. I can't imagine it. Speaking of Real Housewives Dubai, I remember Chanel Ion's going to be in the new season of The Traitors. I'm excited about Traitors. You know we love The Traitors. If you have not watched Traitors US season 1 and 2, you should. And you should also watch the UK version, and you should watch the Australia version. I heard the Australia version is not coming back, especially the way it ended. Oh, it was good, though. It was good. Anyways, we have a few people backstage that want to call in. So I'm going to, let me drop the call link again for those that may have missed it. All right, y'all, you got to respect the timer because I got to go. I just looked at the time. All right. Let me bring up Mel. Let me put up the disclaimer first. Hold on one second, Mel. Let me just put up the disclaimer before we do anything. The opinions of the callers do not represent the opinions of myself, the Kempire LLC, our sponsors, and they're calling in of their own free will and agree for this to be recorded. Okay. Mel's backstage. What's going on, Mel?
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you today? Happy New Year.
I'm good. I'm loving the spicy Kempire. He just comes, you listen. I'm like, go ahead. I'm not mad at you. That's that. But you know what? I didn't know that. What's her name? Jennifer did that because I didn't know. I enjoyed her on Housewives of New Jersey because I don't like the characters in that show. I only like Teresa, and it's a complicated show. But from that video, that is right there. That is like the fear that a lot of people had with this election, that people like her would go to these stores or people minding their business, working hard, and then go up there, record them and harass them. That was harassment. Mm-hmm. She was harassing this worker for no reason. Now, I don't understand. I mean, that's just stupid to me. Like, most people have common sense not to go somewhere when it's full on, packed, crowded, and you know, like going to Costco at 7:00 on Saturday. Like, you wouldn't do that. Yeah. You wouldn't go there and expect to get out of that place real fast. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of her anymore because that's just crazy. And I hope that she don't come back. Yeah, the show, for me, I like Teresa and everybody else I don't like, but that was crazy. Yeah, she was rude and she was out of bounds. And, I mean, that video just changed me from a fan to a person who just wanted to be gone. Like, it's great. Yeah, there we go. But you know what? Listen, I'm loving the show and keep up the work.
Thanks, Mel. Take care.
All right. Okay.
All right, we've got MK back. It's me, MK, backstage. We're going to bring them up next. MK, what's going on?
Hey.
How are you?
It's been a long time since I called.
I know. I was like, I know that name.
I'm just quickly, I was so upset that I missed your live show in London because I'm in Scotland and I could have made the flight. But I was actually in Kenya at the time.
I think you told me that you were going to do that.
Yeah, I was in my mom's kitchen doing dishes, watching your live show as you announced it. And I was like, you are kidding me. I flew back the day before your live show.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. But quickly, so Jennifer Aiden, I think that was very disgusting, her behavior. And her saying, I'm a celebrity, ma'am, not everyone watches reality TV or watches the Jersey Housewives. I don't watch Jersey. So if I'd have been on that line, like, ma'am, I don't know you. You are not a celebrity. You are a Bravo celebrity. If that. So I hope the Bravo execs watch that and just take note of it, because in this economy, you can't afford to be that disgusting, honestly. Next, she who shall not be named. I agree with you. She's very thirsty. And I kind of think she might have been the reason it got canceled. Like, she was just a drunken mess, from what I remember. And she's the only one who seemed to need a check. Every one of those other wives has a side hustle. Like, Ayan has her makeup. Caroline Stanbury has her, ex-husband's, like, money. So she's... sorry. Just real quickly. But Brooks doesn't have anything. She had her hair salon, and that wasn't doing that well. Like, when we last saw it, like, wasn't the toilet broken or something? Like,
You know what? Come on.
Hey, they showed it, not me. So he needed this check, and it's very much giving pressed about losing this little check. And then last thing, Traitors UK is back. For anyone who's in the UK, they released episode 1 and 2. Is real good.
That's what the person probably meant, that the Traitors UK came out. Oh, I got to get on my VPN and watch that.
Yes, please get a VPN, whatever.
It will be released here, though, on Peacock, because the first 2 seasons were released. So I'm sure we'll just get it later.
Yeah, with the Peacock, I hate that, because, like, also for us, we get the US Traitors, like, months later, and it's annoying. Yeah. Right. But that's it. Love you. Bye.
Thanks, FKT.
I love Spicy Kemp. My whole Pisces is out here clutching my pearls every time you bite my head off. So.
Well, buckle up. They said it's our villain year. All right. Thanks, MK. Take care. Bye. All right. Hold on one second, y'all. I need to text because I have a meeting. I'm running a few minutes behind. Okay. All right. Let's bring up Ellie. Hold on. Ellie, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempire. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well?
Can you hear me?
Happy New Year. Yes, I can. I'm so excited. First live of the new year. My boyfriend's with me for the first time. I'm usually at work. And he's like, what? You're calling in live right now? I was like, yes, I am.
Hey, boyfriend.
Hey, boyfriend is here. So I'm going to go super fast. Okay. Jennifer from Jersey. I stopped watching Jersey years ago because, the toxicity of it all. But that video was so gross. Yeah. My God. And to be like, oh, this 80-year-old woman, like, girl, ew. But I'm glad that I saw it because I didn't have really much of an opinion of her. And now I do. Let me see. Oh, who? I'm going to say her name, Caroline Brooks. I'm sorry. I was going to say.
You could have said, what's her face? We would have understood.
Ay, Diosito Santo. I really, Caroline, I really do think I agree with the other caller that she might have been the reason because she was just going off. And so on top of it being expensive, it's like, we can get rid of them. But I love Talene. I think Talene and Caroline Stanbury and Ayan should do like a fun spin-off thing. Like just something fun. They're so fun. And the other girls didn't really, I don't know. I didn't really care for too much. But I like them. And so that's my opinion on that. Oh, it's really hard with the R. Kelly thing to do the separation. I never go over time. Okay. But, we got to think about also, there's so many celebrities too that have done terrible things and people still listen to their music, Chris Brown, Ozzy Osbourne, like all these, terrible things that have happened. And finally, last but not least, I am sending you love and light so that you get those Melissa Gorga cookies because you deserve them.
I'm trying to watch my waistline for the new year.
Well, it's been like 3 or 4 lives now, or I've been on the replay crew where you've mentioned these cookies. I'm like, he's not going to get these cookies.
I got to check my email. Maybe they'd send me an email saying that they're not coming, but I haven't seen anything. I need to double check.
Oh my God. Well, I'm sending you love and light so that those cookies find you.
Thank you. Take care, Ellie, and her boyfriend. Bye. Bye. All right. Let me get to these quick calls because I'm already late for my meeting. But before we do that, guys, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video if you're watching the replay. Shout out to our replay crew. I know a lot of you are back in the office and some of you were able to join our lives during the holidays. Whoa. Sorry. Kari's backstage. Let's bring Kari out. Kari, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire. First off, I want to say I am hoping that you do not get those cookies. You do not need a toothache. You do not need those over sugary cookies. That you're going to be all right. Don't check that email. Watch that waistline. You're going to be good. You don't need them cookies.
I paid for those cookies. What do you mean?
Oh, you paid for them?
Yeah, she wasn't giving them to me.
I thought she was just giving them to you. Get your money back.
No.
Get your money back.
I'm going to have to at this point. All right.
Listen, it's theft at this point. They known for that. So anyway, I think it's time for Real Housewives of New Jersey to end. I don't think anybody on there is likable. I think it's getting to their head. They're like fourth tier for housewives for me when it comes to like the leveling of the show. So I don't even know why she's going around saying she's famous. Baby, the only Bravo celebrity that New Jersey has produced is really Teresa. That's really about it. And that's just because she flipped the table. In my personal opinion, like y'all don't have fans outside of your fan base. I think everyone, whether they watch Housewives or not, knows who Nene Leakes is. They know who Kenya Moore is. Like those are Bravo celebrities. Those are celebrities. Like humble yourself before life humbles you. That's why you're getting cheated on. You don't got a likable personality. So that's why he going somewhere else. He trying to find somebody that's nice. You better stop before you end up divorced because that man don't like you that much already. I think it's very possible to separate R. Kelly's music. It's like Dr. Seuss rhymes anyway. Like he was reading, well, he couldn't even read at a third grade level. He wasn't that good of a songwriter, y'all. Anyway, bye. Happy New Year.
All right. Thanks, Kari. Damn, Kari's been in her villain era. Toya's back, so you can bring Toya up next. Toya, what did you want to share?
I just wanted to share Kempire. Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
How are you?
Good. I just wanted to share about Jennifer Aiden. Like, girl, that's how you're supposed to order online before you get there so you can be quickly in and out. And please have some patience. Those people are not making a lot of money. They're probably short-staffed. Everybody knows between the hours of like 12 and 1, it's ridiculously packed. Like, just have some grace, man. Like, people are so mean. Anyway, I hope the rumors are not true about Meghan Markle and Harry. I hope that they are on good terms.
He's in this new Netflix thing too.
Yeah, but that's probably filmed a little while ago.
No. But there's always rumors that they're splitting up and they're still together.
I hope so. And then the person who shall not be named in Dubai, like she was like the worst person. Like she was over there enjoying someone's friendship, ending and causing all this drama, not supporting the other girls' businesses, but wanting them to support her. Like she was just so nasty. It's like, girl, what are you talking about? You were the main villain of the show. That's it for me. Have a good one.
You too, Toya. Take care. All right. Let's bring up Nikolai next. Hold on. Nikolai, what's going on?
Yo, Kempire.
Hey.
Just want to say Happy New Year. Bye.
Oh, thanks, Nikolai. I didn't even start the timer. All right. We've got NLB backstage, and she will be our last caller. NLB, what did you want to share? I can't hear you. Oh, no. Uh-oh, NLB. You might have to drop out and call back in, but I probably won't be here by the time you call back in. I don't know. Maybe someone called you and it messed up the audio because I can't hear you at all. Call in next time. All right. Shout out to all the calls. We appreciate you guys being here. Shout out to our mods, our King's Guards for holding us down in the live chat. And shout out to our channel members. Shout out to our subscribers. And of course, shout out to everyone that sent in a super chat, Venmo, Cash Apps, all that stuff. We appreciate it. Speaking of that, thank you, Nicole, for another super chat. Nicole says, Mia makes my ASS itch. And I feel sorry for those people that had to deal with Jennifer on their first day of the new year. Her husband is accomplished, not her. Here's the thing, though. Can I just say this? Because, and this is not to defend Jennifer Aiden, because she's a terrible human being. But I think when we say stuff like that, we take away from other women that are supporting households. And I know that's not what you guys are meaning. I know you guys are meaning to take a jab at Jennifer specifically. But I just feel like when we say stuff like that I think people that watch the show that are housewives and mothers and, they take care of the house, it takes away from them. And they are very accomplished. I know that you guys don't mean it in that way, but I just want to emphasize that no. Being a housewife, being a mother, taking care of the home is very important. And without that, people like Dr. Bill can't do what he does when it comes to, maintaining his job. So shout out to all the housewives and the partners at home that are taking care of the house. Okay. All right. On that note, I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys being here. Shout out to all the callers again. And shout out to all of you for being here. I will see you on the next one. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. Happy Friday. It's the first Friday of the new year. Bye, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio podcast. As always, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything Kempire Radio, head on over to KempireRadio.com.